Hello, we're back for another instalment in our little accordion journal, and here's the spread that we're up to. I think I mentioned last time that Q's been making and getting obsessed with making miniature things, and last night I had a go at making some miniature books from a digital download that she'd ordered. Look at the size of these. I mean, I had to ask her which way up they went because I could not tell, but they're so cute. It even has little end papers. So I have poisons and lead to gold. Anyway, we've since worked out how to enlarge these on the computer and print them at a size where I might be able to handle them, because those are very twiddly. But it reminded me that I had made some mini accordions when I was planning this. And I thought I could put a mini accordion book in my accordion book. Now I guess I was still building both of these. So I have a flap, which means I could attach it with the flap and then it could just work. Oh look, it's got the same envelope inside on it. So I could attach it as a flap, could put it over the edge. Not sure which one I want to use now. I think I like this one, and this goes nicely with that. So let's do that. Let's start. Now if I attach it there, that's going to open out like that. That will be a nice little addition, but I'll have to go over this side because it's going to glue here, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm sure of it. Let's see if I get in a mess with this or if I actually get it right this time. Nearly did it backwards already. Right, this one's going to glue. Not too close to the fold. This fold, I mean. Okay. Oh, there we go. Look. I have a book in a book. I like it. It's going to want to bounce up. I wonder if I can... I don't really want to cover that up. I wonder if I added something to it, would it weight it down, or if I gave it, maybe I could just use a paper clip on it, of which I have none here right at this moment, so that can wait. But I was looking at this thinking this is the start of a nice coordinating collage, but it needs a focal point here. Now, if you're like me and you've had a bit of trouble getting to grips with collage and working out how do people make it look so good, I can highly recommend, and I will try to link below, a video by, I think it was Kerry from WhichCraftDoYouDo, where she showed a very simple, what did she call it? Maybe a 3-step collage? I can't remember. I will link it. And it just made so much sense. Take a piece of paper, tear up some tiny scraps, and just give yourself a base of tiny scraps of, in this case I used book page. I can't remember if that's what she did. And then once you had the book page on, so how about we do one? That would probably, I don't have all the ingredients, but anyway, start with the book page. Then she rubbed into it with a bit of gesso, which had the effect of just knocking back some of the text and kind of blending it into the card below. Then stamping over the top. then adding a focal point image in my case, and then just as a finishing touch splattering some black and or white paint over the top. And you know, when I followed this tutorial, it suddenly made me go, wow, how easy is that? And I can use all these random fussy cuts and all these edge scraps, and I love them. As you can see, I love them so much I can't stop making them. I have a lot. They're everywhere. And I decided, I was having so much fun with these, and I especially like these smaller ones. So I decided I would make them to go into a journal. So I started making them on a folded page. And I really love this. I think this just adds so much. You know, when you're making a journal, you've got this like a pre-made page to pop in. It's great. Oh, I think I've just figured out how to hold that down. Okay, so on these, for the most part, they're just on a bit of paper that's folded more or less to the size that I want. But this one was a bit too wide, so I have added a flap. Now, if I glue this flap to here, oh, look at that. That might hold that down. Oh, woohoo. Okay, now will it work? Oh, I think it will. Only one way to find out. And then look how nicely that covers what's on that page. Oh, I like that. I'm going to try putting this in as a pocket here. Because, you know, the bulkier the better, right? Okay, get out of the way. Don't glue that bit closed. I want to glue this bit there. Let's just bend that backwards for a minute. Okay, and if I put this tucked in like that, and that like that, oh, look at that. Oh, I love it when things like that happen. Oh, now let's just fix up this back to here. Ta-da! So we have almost a little book and another little book here. Goodness me, it must be channeling Que. I like it. I really like it. And I think here we might try and do, just add another something. So let's do a rough, anybody else have a box like this? This is just the box of little pieces of book page. That, you know, you can't throw it out, right? It's too good. Now that is nice. Let's tear this bit off. It's nice to have a selection because look at the difference in font, paper colour, stuff that's on the paper. Let's have a bit of arithmetic. The only way to have arithmetic. Okay. I'm thinking that I'd just like to... Oh, I thought I'd chosen the same book for a minute then. I think I'd like to put a little bit here. A little bit here. So here's... We're going to do similar to what she showed on her video, but simpler because it's just what I happen to have on hand. All right. Now, of course, with these papers, paper to paper, glue stick will suffice. Oh, you can't hear my tummy. Must be nearly lunchtime. Okay, we have that one there. We'll have this one here. And this page, to my eye, looks better already because now it doesn't have all these sharp lines and edges that were, in fact, lifting a little bit. And now I do have a few. Ooh, you know what stamp I do have here is the bell jar that Que made me. If that was the right size, I could have put my fish in a bell jar. Not sure I want to use that, but let's see. I found this little tray. I don't know what it was, but it's a nice little box. We could put some mushrooms. Well, I think in here. I saw another owl. Oh, maybe we could have a bird eyeing off the fish. I've been having a bit of a disaster lately with kookaburras getting my fish. So this is quite topical. I have a very large swimming pool out the back here, which we live near the beach, we don't need a pool, and I didn't want to have to look after it, so I converted it into a pond, and I now have quite a large collection of beautiful goldfish. But the kookaburra, I'm guessing it may have babies, because in all this time, it's been a couple of years, and I've not had any trouble, and suddenly, every afternoon, normally they come and swim in the pool, and that's fine. I'm very happy for them to swim in it. But I'm not so happy when they dive in and fly off with one of my beautiful goldfish in their bills. So we have been putting those interlocking foam mats just floating on the surface, because of course the fish get fed every few days and they like to hang in the one spot. Anyway, I saw the kookaburra arrive yesterday afternoon and fly off disgruntled, so I think the mat thing is working. It's hard looking at them. I mean, really, you should look at them together, I suppose. Should. No should. Bird looking at the fish, and I could put down here, because as upset as it makes me now, I can guarantee that in a few years I will have forgotten this episode. It's August. I think it's just one kookaburra, and not one of my regulars either. Kookaburra has been helping itself to the goldfish. The first one I saw it catch was about that big, which I thought was a bit too big for a kookaburra, but obviously not. So I know it's not a kookaburra, but it's what I had in my box of scraps. Alright, and then I think I'd like to cover this with something as well. I'm not fond of seams when they look as mucky as that. What have I got? Got a little bit of, that will do. A little bit of watercolour on watercolour. Watercolour action. And maybe on top of that, what have we got? A bird, a fish. Stick. It's such thin paper, I thought it would stick easily, but I guess that this one underneath is a bit wrinkled. Will I put another rules for kookaburras? Stop stealing fish. Maybe I'll just put a stamp there. When in doubt, ink or stamp. That's probably all it needs. What does that say? Number 4899. I don't think I can do that without taking that one off. Put another one there. I'm tempted. I'm so tempted, so let's do it. I'm going to do the bell jar because oops. I've got this teeny tiny one, haven't I? Let's do a teeny tiny one. I hope that's dark enough. And if not, I could stick something over it. I think that's okay. And we might just put that'd be a bit sad, wouldn't it, putting little butterflies in there? What to put in the bell jar now? Let's see what happens. It's very hard to talk and do something else at the same time. Which I guess is why people play music in their videos, but personally I'm not a fan. Ooh, look, that's not bad. Let's just curve that bottom a little bit. Oh, alrighty. Edges, a bit of ink. I love coming to the page with no plan whatsoever and being surprised by what happens. And then more surprised, of course, when I look at it a month from now, having completely forgotten what I did. Oh, look at that. That is pretty cute. So we have a little memory from this last month and 2 extra little kind of books in here with some surprises. I hope you've been having fun making a mess on your desk. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.